Paul McCartney, born June 18, 1942, is a singer. He was born in Liverpool, England. His mother, Mary Patricia, was a nurse, while his father, James McCartney, was a volunteer firefighter. During Paul's birth, his father was not present as he was fighting in the Battle of England during World War II. Paul grew up in a religious and strict environment, with his mother Catholic and his father Protestant, but later became agnostic. After returning from the war, his father devoted himself to selling cleaning products and, in his free time, played in bars. Death of his mother. That's why his son developed a deep love for music. He stood out in school for his intelligence and discipline and studied at Liverpool Institute Secondary School, a good free secondary school. In 1954, he met George Harrison, with whom he quickly formed a strong friendship. At the time, McCartney's mother was the one who kept the household, and for work reasons they moved to Allerton, where they lived until 1964. On October 31, 1956, when McCartney was 14 years old, his mother died from a stroke. After his mother's death, McCartney was devastated. It took some time for him to return to normal. His father saw music as a refuge to help his son feel better, so he took him to listen to the Jim Mack's Jazz Band, where his father played trumpet or piano. He also gave him a trumpet, but when rock and roll became popular, he chose an acoustic guitar. The first song he composed was, "I Lost My Little Girl," on that guitar, a Zenith. He also composed, "When I'm 64," on the home piano. 1957 met John Lennon. He met Lennon on July 6, 1957. McCartney joined the Quarrymen, a school band led by Lennon, in 1958 as the lead guitarist. The band mixed rock and roll and skiffle, a popular music style, with jazz and blues. After several name changes, the band decided to call themselves the Beatles in August 1960 and recruited drummer Pete Best for their move to Hamburg. In 1961, one of its members, Sutcliffe, left the band and McCartney was forced to take over as bassist. They recorded as a backing band for English singer Tony Sheridan on the single My Bonnie. 1963 Beatlemania. They managed to attract the attention of Brian Epstein, who became their manager in January 1962 and a key figure in their later success. With their first hit, Love Me Do, in 1963, the Beatlemania began. John Lennon and Paul wrote a large number of songs together, but later their egos collided and they preferred to write separately. In 1970, the Beatles disbanded. But Paul continued his successful career with songs that reached number 1. He recorded his first solo LP, McCartney, with songs very different from those that Lennon would write, with commercial melodies for varied tastes. 1980 Paul McCartney Guinness Records. In 1980, he entered the Guinness Book of Records as the highest-selling songwriter in the world. His theme Yesterday, one of the most celebrated by the Beatles, has around 2,500 versions in the most diverse musical styles. Some of his solo hits are Uncle Albert, Admiral Halsey, Live and Let Die. For the James Bond film received the Oscar for Best Musical Theme, coming up from his solo album Paul McCartney 2. He joined George Martin and Ringo Starr in 1982 for the recording of Tug of War. On Press to Play, his next album, was recorded with Eric Stewart. Awards: Arrest, record. Winner of 18 Grammy Awards, including 2 Lifetime Achievement Grammy Awards, one with the Beatles and another as a solo artist. He is a vegetarian and an animal rights advocate. He was arrested for marijuana possession in Tokyo in 1980 and was briefly in jail. He participated in the Live Aid concert against hunger in Ethiopia in 1985. In 1990, he achieved the record for the largest attendance at a concert with 184,000 people in Rio de Janeiro. Since 1997 he is Sir Paul McCartney, invested as a knight by Queen Elizabeth II. 2013 Other awards, marriages. On February 10, 2013, he received a Grammy for Best Traditional Pop Album, for his album, Kisses on the Bottom. Later, he received a special award from PRS for music in commemoration of the 50th anniversary of the composition of his most famous song, Yesterday. These songs, as well as, And I Love Her, You Will Not See Me, and, I'm Looking Through You, were written inspired by his relationship with British actress Jane Asher. After 5 years of engagement, the couple broke up due to his infidelity with Francie Schwartz. He married Linda Eastman on March 12, 1969, and together they formed the musical group Wings after the dissolution of the Beatles. In 1999, he presented his collection of poems entitled, Blackbird Singing, Poems and Lyrics, 1965–1999. After the death of his wife, McCartney experienced deep sadness. In 2002, Paul McCartney married former model Heather Mills in an Irish castle. After a long legal battle in the London Supreme Court, in 2008 Mills was authorised to collect 1/5 of the $250 million she had demanded from McCartney for their 4-year marriage. In 2011, McCartney married Nancy Chevelle in a civil ceremony in London on October 9 of that year. Relevant aspects of his life and musical career with 60 gold records and the sale of over 100 million albums and singles as a solo artist and with the Beatles, McCartney is recognized as one of the most successful composers and artists of all time. As a solo artist in 1999 and as a member of the Beatles in 1988, he has been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame twice. As a solo artist and with the Beatles, he has been recognized with 21 Grammy Awards. 32 of the songs that McCartney has written or co-written have reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. As of 2014, he had sold over 15 million certified units by the RIAA in the United States. In 1997, McCartney was elevated to the rank of Knight for his services to music. In 1965, McCartney, Lennon, Harrison and Starr were named members of the Order of the British Empire. He has been married 3 times and is the father of 5 children. He has participated in projects to help international charities related to issues such as animal rights, seal hunting, landmine cleaning, vegetarianism, poverty and musical education. He ranks 11th on Rolling Stone's list of 100 greatest singers. He ranks 1st on Rolling Stone's list of 100 greatest artists as a member of the Beatles. He ranks 3rd on Rolling Stone's list of 100 greatest bassists. Only surpassed by Bob Dylan, he ranks 2nd on Rolling Stone's list of 100 greatest songwriters. Dear viewers, we have tried our best to provide you an informative video. Please comment that how did you find this video because your opinion and comments are very important to us. If you like the video, please like and subscribe our channel so that you may be updated for our every informative video. Take care of your good self.